welcome back to Clean with Kate. It's Friday morning and the conservatory has been on my to-do list all week. I really want to get it done before the weekend, so I thought you might like to join me. It's a bit of a dull grey day, but let's hope we get some sunshine earlier. So I'm going to start by putting my gardening gloves on. It's early in the morning, it's about 7:30. Whoops, I'm just going to set a timer on my watch if I can get it to come on. I'm going to give myself 15 minutes, I think. And hopefully I might finish before the timer. So what am I going to do in here? First thing I'm going to do is a little bit of deadheading. I think Mike did a little bit of watering earlier in the week, so hopefully it won't be too bad in here. But I'm just going to start with deadheading. In fact, I'm going to amalgamate the buckets. I think that bucket's actually ready for emptying. Oh, and that reminds me, I need to check the plants that are in the hall. So I'm going to start, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I might have to adjust my camera. I'm going to start with just getting the deadheading done over here. But yeah, I need to have a really good tidy up in here because I can't actually get to these plants because these are all in the way. I wonder if I can stack those. No, I can't. Right. Colin, why has Mike left all these watering cans here? They really are in my way. But at least he's filled them. I find them very heavy to fill. Right, so I need to actually get back here. And, I think I also need to do a bit of a decluttering here because these are really, really in my way. So I'm going to move. These are my sort of winter pots when I bring things into the house. Let's get that emptied. But you know what? They should be away under the counters. And not in my way, which at the moment they are. Oh, that makes things a bit easier. And I'm actually going to, while I'm under here, I'm going to sweep it into a pile because I don't really want to walk in all that mess. It's a good time to do it when it's dry in here. I haven't had too much rain. I had a tiny little bit of rain yesterday, but it wasn't really enough to do very much. As you can see, I'm in my pyjamas, but I have got my lace-up shoes on. Interestingly, I've had a sports massage yesterday, which was actually, I've only had one of those before, I think. And it was actually I had a back massage and I had a calf and foot massage, and it was very pleasant. I'm feeling a little achy this morning, which I think is to be expected. My back has been a bit achy this week generally. Oh my goodness, this is quite a stretch. Right, I might actually have to pull some of these plants out to get them to do them. There's some of them not looking too healthy back there. Right, I'm just thinking how best to get to them. Oh, there's just too many plants in the foreground. Too many plants full stop. These just need a good tidy up, don't they, at this time of year? Just a lot of dead leaves. This one's not been getting enough water, I don't think. That's why there's so many dead leaves on it. Anyway, where was I going with that? I was talking about the sports massage, wasn't I? And one of the things that he did suggest to me was that I shouldn't be wearing wellies. And I do love my wellies to walk the dogs. And also, he said Crocs were not great. He said Crocs weren't good for walking in, and I must admit, since somebody told me that the Crocs really helped them, I have been wearing my Crocs a lot, as you've probably seen. I'm having a move around in here because that plant is not getting enough water. So I'm going to pop it there because you can see it's bone dry, and give it a good water, and hopefully it will come back to life. Is this one going to survive? I don't know. That one looks like it could be on its way out, to be fair. It's a bit of a difficult decision. I might just give it a little longer and see if it recovers. Pop it up there where it's light. I've got another one here needs to come down. Oh my goodness, this one is so messy. You can see all the dead leaves. It's definitely not been getting enough light. Let's first start by getting the dead leaves off it. And it's dry. The problem is that the corner of the conservatory is quite difficult to water because there are so many plants in front of it. I find it very difficult to stretch over there. So it's probably not been getting as much water as some areas. Right, so I'm going to deadhead it next. In fact, most of these are deadheads. There. Feeling a little time pressure today. We've got quite a full-on day. And I've been a bit slow getting going, actually. I'm being quite slow at the moment, I am sleeping better, which is good news, but it does mean it's having to squeeze more into less time, which is part of the reason I think I managed to keep on top of things is because I get up so early. And if I don't get up so early, I struggle to get everything done. Right. Do you have that feeling, that never-ending to-do list? I certainly do at the moment. And over the weekend, I decided to cut myself some slack, and I'm not going to have a big to-do list on a weekend. I'm just going to have a fun to-do list. So I have a day off every week now where my to-do list is all fun stuff. Because I do have a habit of overwhelming myself with things I need to do. Right. Where can I put this where it's going to get a bit more water and a bit more care? That looks a lot better. I wonder if it'll fit on the end there. I'll probably get knocked off, actually. Probably that one does not look good. What has happened to that one? Right, so I'm struggling to find a place to put it. Let's have a move around. That's an empty pot, so that doesn't need to be there. It must have been a casualty. Looks like Mike's got rid of it. So let's pop that one on there, and I'll give it some water. Because again, it's another one that's not been getting much water. I think this has become a fern, and actually the geranium has died. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually cut the geranium out, and that fern can go outside and get planted out. It's a beautiful fern. So I'm going to pop that in there, and it frees a bit of space up. What else have I got in here? Oh my goodness, this is not looking good either. This is full of self-seeded things that I don't actually want in there. So I'm going to give it a good weed. I think what needs to be done is this little succulent actually is not good in there. It's overgrown the pot, hasn't it? Look at that. That's not good. It's probably going to topple over. Okay, I think that needs a bit different. I think this is not looking good either. We have a lot of casualties in here that have dried out, I think, this summer. Because it's been a good sunny summer. I clearly haven't watered in here enough. But you know what? I'm just going to forgive myself. It's been busy. Right. I'm just going to keep going with tidying this lot up and not worrying about them too much. They'll recover. They're pretty tough. And there's always going to be a few casualties. Right, what's this? Let's have a look at this one. There's another one with a lot of dead leaves. So let's just tidy up the leaves, get the dead leaves off. When they look like this, they can look quite scruffy, but they will usually recover if you just give them a bit of TLC. You can remove the dead leaves from around the base. That one could actually go out for a bit. It's looking quite good once I've tidied it up. Anyway, how are you? How's your week been? So I've had a bit of a pathetic week. I've been feeling a bit sorry for myself, really. I've been trying to focus on getting my foot better. Right. Okay, let's have a look at this side, because I didn't really finish this side, did I? I had a sidetrack moment. Let's just keep going with the deadheading, because that will help to keep the conservatory in flower. I think I might just adjust my camera, if you just bear with me. Shout out if you see any I've missed. I'm going to bring this one off next. Golly, this one's ridiculously heavy. Golly, that is a heavy one. Let's get all the dead leaves off it. How are we doing for time? I should probably check the timer, because I do want to sweep the floor in here, because then I want to water. After I've swept the floor, do a bit of watering, a bit more watering. I don't know if there's any feed in these watering cans. I should have popped some feed in them. I just used tomato feed, which seems to keep them flowering very nicely. But you could use any plant food really, but tomato food is one of the cheaper ones. So I found it's a good cost-effective one. Right. Okay, let's go around the back. What else can I see that needs doing? Where's the green bucket? Aha. I've got quite all these little cuttings actually I need to pot up because they are ready definitely for potting up. So I will need to have a session in here, I think, over the weekend or during the week and just pot things up. Being quite radical with my deadheading today. Some of the ones that are sort of looking a bit iffy, I'm taking them out. Just to promote new flowers. Which one is that? So, this is a way of me getting a bit of gardening in, even though the weather's a little bit iffy today. But hopefully we're going to get some nice sunshine over the weekend and I'll be able to get out in the garden. Trying to make sure I get out in the garden every day at this time of year because there's a lot to do in the garden. This is quite a good workout as well. It's a bit of physical activity for me early in the day when I'm feeling still half asleep. What do you like to do early in the morning? I like to do something physical if I can to get my sort of wake my body up rather than just relying on my coffee. Right, how are they looking? Let's go over this side now, see if there's more. Oh golly, these watering cans are very much in the way here. Can't actually get over here because they're in the way so much. I'll have to move them. They're going to be in the way when I want to sweep the floor as well, aren't they? I'm just drying out those bulbs there so they can go back. Right, let's get into here now. There's quite a lot of deadheading needed back here. This is one of the more tricky spots in the conservatory to get to. There's quite a lot to do. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm probably in the undergrowth. If I do this a couple of times a week, it just keeps it all flowering. So I probably did it midweek. And then, of course, because it's been quite a sunny week, it's been a really good week, actually, it's ready for doing again. If you get sunnier weather, they go over quicker and they dry out quicker. So at this time of year, it'll start to be less sunny and they'll need less maintenance. But at this time of year, still I'm having to do quite a lot. To keep them looking good. Right, golly, how am I going to get to that back? I don't know if I can reach. I might need Mike to do that one. There's one right at the back that leads a major dead head. I'm not actually sure I can reach it. And then also the top row, I need to get Mike to get them down because I cannot reach them unless I get a step ladder out. And at the moment, I don't feel very stable on a step ladder. I was hoping when he watered, he would have got those ones down. We tend to put the ivy leaf ones on the top row because they seem to cope with it better. It's very hot up there and very dry because it's harder to reach. So they get less love and they get less deadheading because it is a bit of a job to get them down. I'm just doing the ones that I can reach on the top row. Right, how am I going to get to this back row? I think I'm just going to bring this one out. It's probably the best way. Just bring it out, stick it in there, and just do it. Yeah, there we go. That's going to be easy. I'll take everything off this one, and it'll hopefully come back into flower. That was easier than I thought. Let's get the dead leaves off. There's quite a few dead leaves in the bottom, and it needs a good water. It's bone dry. The trouble is the ones that are further back don't tend to get as much attention because they're hard to reach. Okay, where should we pop you? Oh, I do need to actually empty this conservatory, I think. If we get some good weather over the weekend, I think I need to get everything out because the shelves need a good clean. There's so many dead leaves on the shelf back there. But I haven't got time for that today. That's quite a big job. Actually, it would probably do them good to go out in a rain shower as well. Alright, there's another one here, needs the same treatment. Look at this one. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. Again, it's very, very dry. Well, Mike supposedly watered in here yesterday, but I wonder if he didn't actually water. He just filled the watering cans because they're so dry. They don't look like they've been watered in quite some time. I think I watered them midweek, but I probably didn't get to all of them because I ran out of water. Right. That's why I tend to rotate them around, because they're so that they get a bit of a sort of change of position. Right, I think that's enough cutting back for today. My cutting back hand is worn out. So next, I'm going to sweep the floor. And I think I need to check my time and see how much time I've got left, because I am on a tight schedule today. Somewhere I've got to be later this morning. And I haven't done my morning routine proper yet. Golly, look at this. This is pretty bad. I haven't swept the floor, I don't think, for a week or two in here. I usually give it a really good tidy up as part of my zone one, my Fly Lady Zone 1. So that's going to be next week. So I might come in here and really do the shelves. It would be a really good job to do actually at this time of year. I might leave the rest of Zone 1 alone and just do the conservatory as the extra room. I always try and do the conservatory when we're in Zone 1, because it doesn't really fit in otherwise. And it does need quite a lot of maintenance compared to some other parts of the house. Right. I knew these watering cans were going to be in the way. I've got an old pair of lace-up shoes on today. They're full of holes, but it's just a messy job in here, so I don't want to get my nice trainers dirty. So I always wear an old pair to do this. That's sort of ones that are for dog walking or messy jobs. Right. Let's bump this all into one pile, I think. Let's make it a bit easier to clear it up. That's better than it was. Let's take that way. I'll get the dustpan and brush out. And I need to empty one of my buckets as well onto the compost heap. It's pretty bad over here, isn't it? Let's bring the bucket over here so we can get that stuff in. Do you know, I've got one more job I want to do after this, which is kind of related. Because I must remember to take that fern out because it's looking so healthy. I know exactly where I'm going to plant that in the garden. I've got a little shady spot that I'm planting as a fernery. So I'm quite excited about that little find. That's just a little fern that seeded itself in there. That wasn't planned. It must have been when the, one summer we had the geraniums in the garden over summer. And it must have seeded in there then. Right, that's a lot better than it was. It's not perfect by any means, but it's better than it was. So now I'm just going to do a bit of watering. So where should we start? That one, I think. I think that one's had a bit. I'm just going to water the ones that look dry. If they look okay, I'll probably leave them. And usually it's the top row, the higher up rows that get neglected. So I'm going to pick the smaller watering cans for the higher up rows. Because they're when they're full of water, they're heavy. It's a blooming good upper body workout. Let's see what we've got going on here. That one's looking dry. So what I'm doing is I'm giving them a really good soaking so that they'll last until the next watering session. That one's very dry. Another one done. I think I might go over here now. These are big heavy watering cans. They're not as easy to use. I really like the little watering cans. Once I've got a bit of the water out of these, they won't be so bad. They're quite hard to lift up though. More cuttings in here that have done really well. Right, let's get this one up. That one hasn't come back into flower, but sometimes those ones don't. They have one really good flower and that's it. Oh, golly, I can feel that in my upper body. Oh, I might have to stop soon. It's really starting to get to my shoulder. Let's go for another one. Oh, this one looks like it needs a water. This is where I like the smaller watering cans. Oh, golly. I think that's all cuttings in there that have rooted in. I will need to get Mike to do that top row for me. Do you know, I think I need to sit down. It's just that timer seems to have lasted well, doesn't it? Maybe I didn't set it. Oh my goodness, how did I manage not to set a timer? I've been going for 23 minutes, no wonder I'm exhausted. Right, I think it might be time to stop. Golly, how did I manage to do 23 minutes? I'm just going to get some water on these ones because they're in really tiny pots and they're doing so well. I've got them back into flower really well. But let's get them wet so they don't dry out. They're in gravel, so the gravel will hold onto some of the water. But look at that. I was worried they weren't going to come back into flower and they have. Right, I'm going to move these pots next. And then I'm just going to go and do one more little job. So if you'd like to join me, oh God, I really need to sweep under here as well. I'm just getting these pots out of the way for now because I'm worried they're going to get broken otherwise. That probably needs to go. I should be under something. What was that under? I'm not sure. Let's just get it out of the way for now. A bit of a stash and dash. Just want to tidy it up so it looks presentable. At a glance, it looks presentable. Let's see if I could get that one back there for now. when I come in and do a detail cleaning here, I'm going to try and get them all put away. And that one, I would like to put some plants in it, but I just don't know what I'm going to put in it. So I'm worried it's going to get broken. Let's just stash it under there. Good. Let's shut this door. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, golly, that's sat in water. That should not be sat in water. That's going to die if it's sat in water. Whew. Right. Let's just pop it up there for now. Okay, that's a lot better than it was. I need to bring a cloth in, I think, and go around here. But next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this out the front door. I think it is going to be sunny tomorrow, so I'll leave that door open. I'll show you what I need to do out here. So I'm going to pop this out here. I've got a project out here. I want to plant up this pot. It had a box in it, but the box died. And also, I want to bring some different geraniums out here. God, it looks like there's a little bird nesting in here. Look at all that poo. Oh my goodness. Let's get that out. It must just be coming and sitting in here, mustn't it? Oh, that's out. Right, this one and this one are looking pretty darned pathetic. So they need to go to the conservatory for some love. They've been in there for a while. They've stopped flowering. They probably need some water. Let's just get them up there, very dry. Let's just get them onto the shelf for now and get some water on them. And I'm going to pick some different ones to go out. Hopefully, I've got some in flower. Have I got a little watering can? Oh, I could give the fish some of the duckweed. They'd love that. So let's get these two wet. Right, what have I got that I could put out into the entrance that's flowering really nicely at the moment? That's a tricky one. This one looks good. I think I might put this one out, see if it will fit out there. This is looking really healthy, but it is quite dry. Let's give it a bit of a tidy up. Where's the bucket gone? I've lost the bucket. I took it out, didn't I? I thought I had 3 buckets. There's another bucket. This is going to need something to sit under it, actually. Where's that dish? Where's that other thing gone? Let's pop this under. So part of me, I think, well, I'm getting a bit of a head start on my zone 1 cleaning, aren't I, this week? Which isn't a bad thing. There we go. You know, I think that's probably enough for today. I've got some nice geraniums in the porch. Whoops, and the dogs are out. I think that'll be enough. I'll just leave it like that, I think. Oh, I did mean to water that one, didn't I? I must come back and do it. Or do you think I'll just forget? Do you think I need to do it now? I probably need to do it now. Anyway, and I need to get that bucket empty into the other bucket as well. Anyway, let's just pop the doors back so it'll give it a good air. It looks a lot better. It looks a lot better than it did when I started. I just need to get the step ladder out and do that top row. Or get Mike to get them down, which might be the better option. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful Friday. By the time the video goes up, it'll probably be Friday evening. Let me know how you're getting on and what you're focusing on today. Anyway, bye for now.